How is everybody doing today? And in this video, we are going to be talking about the brand new character that everybody is going to be getting for free in 3.0, and that is going to be Remembrance Trailblazer. Now, realistically, we've had Harmony Trailblazer for quite some time, and they have been a pretty much godsend for that team, being one of the core characters of that team, being able to give us Super Break, which was quite a bit for that team. And realistically, looking at what we have now for Remembrance MC, this is going to prove to be a little bit of a concern just for Break specifically. I think as a character, as Trailblazers themselves, this is a good thing because they're still meta, or they're still being able to be used in the meta just because of the amount of stuff that they do have. And it's kind of insane how much stuff is in this kit from what we know at the current moment. And looking at it right now, yeah, Harmony MC is probably going to take a seat on the bench unless they give us some form or fashion in the future to use multiple MCs in multiple teams, which are probably not going to do that, just because I do think Fugue was supposed to be that extra slot for where Harmony MC was supposed to be at. But Remembrance MC is going to have a couple of different things in his kit, which one include his Memo Sprite Mem. Not only are they going to be able to get these charges from what I remember the energy that your team gains, you're going to be able to let them take a turn and advance forward somebody. So not only is our Trailblazer able to advance forward someone, they're also bringing a new buff, or something that is brand new to the game, which is honestly a game breaker. I really do think this is something really crazy and really cool to think about, which is going to be the true damage that you're going to allow these allies to do when you boost them up with Mem. Now, true damage, if you don't know from any other game, this has been talked about on the stream. This goes through everything. This means that defense does not matter, buffs do not matter, debuffs don't matter. True damage is whatever this number is, you will be taking. There is no modifiers. There is nothing that's going to boost it, stop it. There's nothing that's going to defend against it. It is literally attached to that character, and that is all that's going to happen. So I think what people don't understand is when we have a character that gives true damage and is scaled off of something, no matter what, that is kind of a busted thing, because in every other game that has true damage, this is a minimal thing that they give, just because there's so much that comes from not having to worry about things being defended, things being resisted, things being boosted. It's just a straight flat number that you will be taking damage of, and that's kind of crazy because that goes through every calculation in the game. I think having this and giving it to a bunch of different characters can prove to be really broken. I really do think characters like AoE, characters that hit a lot when it comes to their follow-ups, I think literally every DPS in the game is just going to get a nasty boost just from having Remembrance MC on the team, and even more so to some of the more broken units in the game, like having characters like Face Shao, Acheron, Rappa, Firefly. All these characters that already do absurd amounts of damage, already have absurd amount of utility in their kit. Not only are they given an advance forward for free, which can come I don't know how many turns, but they also get the true damage modifier coming from the Remembrance MC, which is insane. I do think Trailblazer, or the Remembrance MC, is going to play a huge part in a bunch of new teams coming into the game. So yeah, like I said, the break meta is going to take a hit for those that did not pull for Fugue, although she is here for a couple of days, 9 days. Wow, we're getting really close to the 3.0 update. But yeah, looking at break, if you didn't pull Fugue, you are gonna have a little spot in that team taken away just because of how good Remembrance MC is. Now the question is, especially for those who are rocking break characters not specific to Firefly, Remembrance MC could technically still be good for that team, or for the break team period. So if you want to take that gamble and wait for when we're able to showcase them, then that might be really cool to see. But realistically, looking at Remembrance MC versus Harmony MC, we're probably not going to see Harmony MC at all. Just because true damage, advance forward, that's quite a bit to give. True damage is just an insane modifier, insane damage type that we're getting put into the game. And it worries me even more that when we do end up seeing a 5-star version of Remembrance MC, which we will end up getting. We didn't expect the replacement for HMC technically until we got Fugue. Now that we see Remembrance MC and what they're able to do, and that they're coming in 3.0, I can 100% expect some crazy character in the future to give, I don't know, heals, Maybe they give some type of energy, plus they give the true damage, plus they give the advanced for it. There's a bunch of different avenues they could go down with Trailblazer, and the next premium option of it, which would make having 2 characters with true damage really busted. Just because that's a lot of damage. That's a lot of extra damage, and we don't know how it's exactly calculated. Not calculated in terms of, you know, the buffs and debuffs, because that doesn't exist, but realistically what it scales off of and how much of it can you really do, because that could go out of control with maybe certain combinations in the game in the future, or maybe even current ones with other characters coming in. Like, imagine Jing Yuan or Lightning Lord, how he has the most hitting move in the game. Imagine if like each tick, boom, 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 is just all true damage that they have to take in. And I think if that's the case, yeah, Jing Yuan is getting moved up like crazy because of this. I really enjoy that they're putting Trailblazer in the same meta as the summon characters. I do think having a character like Trailblazer with Mem, because that's going to be 2 different characters on the team, alongside someone like Aglia with their dancing partner, I guess you could say, and then having someone like Aventurine. Yeah, you're gonna have a crap ton of shields that you're gonna be throwing out and a fat ton of follow-up attacks. There's just gonna be so many cool characters that we're gonna see work around these new Remembrance characters, that we're gonna change up the way the teams are. I don't expect a lot of characters coming in the future or coming right now or currently in the game to stay on their previous teams, just because I do think eventually we'll get it out of control where it's like, okay, Robin is really good with follow-up, but maybe I have 2 DPSs that are summon related, and I can boost up not only the user but also their memo sprite, because we do know that buffs transfer over to the memo sprites the same way they do for regular allies. That would be some insanity. What if a memo sprite can follow up attack? That's a lot of stuff to think about when it comes to some of these characters coming out in the game, and just having another general support from HMC or MC period. That's a really good thing for us. We just have a lot of different options now in the game that we don't have to worry so much about pulling one or the other character. They kind of did mess us up with HMC having to pull for Fugue, but realistically, I guess it's a nice trade-off with what we're getting in the game right now. Having our first taste of true damage is going to be very exciting, because as I said, this is a very broken damage type to have, and in most games this is very, very small, just because of how insane it can get if it were any bigger, or if they were to be able to abuse it. Yeah, whatever you're taking down with the true damage is literally going to just burst into flames as soon as you touch it, if it were to get toned down or toned up in any way possible. So I'm really excited for this Trailblazer. I wonder how long it'll take for us to get it, because I cannot wait to showcase a bunch of characters with this guy. I do think realistically that the meta will change quite a bit once this character comes out, because not only will you be taking into account, you know, should you be using Harmony MC, what characters will not work anymore because Harmony MC is not a thing realistically and you don't have Fugue. Also looking at which characters are taken out of teams because Trailblazer is going to be in that spot now, and what characters you can put on the other teams that were taken out of the ones Trailblazer's on. It's just a lot of different stuff to talk about, especially with how much firepower Trailblazer has with the true damage, with the advanced forward, and whatever else is in his kit, because we don't know everything that could be in his kit. There's just a lot to look at. He's definitely going to turn over the meta in regard to everything in terms of team building, just because having a new mechanic, having new utility, having old utility like advanced forward is a pretty big thing for a bunch of different characters. There's not really any character realistically that doesn't want an advanced forward, just because whenever you get them back on the field, it's time for them to go ahead and start doing damage again. So there's really no lose situation for getting advanced forwarded, and there's no lose situation from allowing yourself to give allies true damage. That's just so freaking busted. But other than that, thank you guys so much for watching all the way to the end of the video. Let me know how excited you are for Trailblazer, and I really just wonder how strong is he going to be. But other than that, thank you guys so much for watching. See you on the next one. Peace.